Congresswoman, this is a change election. Is that challenging for Haley Stevens?
Well, I mean, if you take where El Sayed's strength was, where he's coming from, and you say Michigan voters want problems in their lives solved, and they want things fixed, they want something different, then I couldn't tell you what Haley offers to do different. And I have a lot of respect for Haley Stevens. She's a hard worker, she's smart, I served with her. But what she seems to be saying is, I'm not going to be Trump.
Right.
Right? And I'll fight for Michigan, and I'm not going to be Trump. And the question for...
And I'm a workhorse, not a show horse. And he likes doing podcasts.
I'm electable and I'm not Trump. Okay, I think the question is, for kids like mine, teenagers like mine, they're saying, well, does that help me afford a house? Does that help me retire? Does that do anything about AI taking my jobs? Does that do anything about the corruption that we have seen the last 10 or 20 years in politics? And I think the answer probably is no. And so I think that's why you see younger people who are not always voters, infrequent voters, coming out for El Sayed, is because they're like, he will actually change things and people want change. Now, we haven't seen people wanting change in every election. But I think tonight in Michigan, we did.
Yeah. I was struck throughout this race that unlike Biden and Buttigieg in 2020, who challenged the ideas of kind of the ascendant left, who raised questions, forced Bernie and Elizabeth Warren to defend single payer, she didn't really engage him that hard on any of the big issues. As we talked about before, she didn't really offer an alternative vision on Israel. She didn't really explain why she did not think giving the federal government control over the healthcare system at a time when RFK Jr. is the Health and Human Services Secretary might not be a great idea for Democrats. And that, I think, is a real lesson for the center of the party. They ultimately have to have the confidence of their convictions and believe that they can win some of these arguments, because that is one thing she just didn't do. She tried to basically say, I'm electable, I'm a workhorse. She didn't really engage on the issue.
Or maybe
things to what end?
To what end? And maybe the party itself has changed on those issues. Wrap around sort of a final thought from each of you.
Yeah, I mean, look, you saw the divide that exists in the Democratic Party that works in individual congressional races with smaller, more compact electorates. I think that, with the tens of millions of dollars spent tonight, I think that there is going to be a rift that they say they're going to heal, yet neither candidate mentioned the other by name. And I think that Mike Rogers, the race is still going to be a toss-up, but Mike Rogers got the candidate he wants to run
Final
against.
sentence from each of you.
I think this is a good night for Democrats. I think to have two talented, strong, young candidates and to have the turnout that we saw in this primary is very, very good news for Democrats. And I think Democrats are going to prevail. Either of these Democrats.
That was a sentence with lots of semicolons. Last sentence, Ron.
Assuming El Sayed is the nominee, Democratic voters have set up a real-world test of how to win back purple states. Jocelyn Benson, the governor candidate, is a lot more centrist, and we will see which one of them performs better in November.
This has been such a joy to hang out with all three of you for the last 3 hours. It's been fun to witness history together.
And the history of the return of the whiteboard, too.
A moment that we all experienced together. We'll be back with the stories to watch in the hours ahead. Stay with us. You're watching This Story Is.